We'll get into green flag conditions right away, and just 10 minutes to lock yourself in this qualifying session to move through to qualifying session number 2, and then inside the top 10 gets you through to that third qualifying session, which is the arm roll shootout.
High might go to the top here. This is a very good lap, and it is. It's a 6-1-2 for Scott Pye, and Zane Goddard's come up 19 spots to second. Great job.
And his teammate Jake Kosticki's also on a lap. The Matt Stone Racing guys about to show some form. And how cool is this? Unit on the doors, and he goes to number 1. It's a rookie delight at the top at the moment. He raced here just once last year in the Superlight program for that team, and he goes 106.0. They were 16th and 11th yesterday, the Matt Stone cars in practice, flying under the radar.
Great job. What's Percat and Waters got for us? Percat is currently 26th. He was very fast yesterday. It should bring him up, and it does. It brings him up to 3rd, but he got knocked off straight away by Cam Waters. So Cam Waters 3rd, Percat 4th. Now let's focus on those bottom 6 cars, because at the moment we know that in this format we've got to drop those last 6 out. So who's down there? Randall, Fullwood, Kurt Kosticki, Jacobson, Fabian Coulthard, and Heimgartner. Will Davison's right on the cusp. He's right down there in 20th.
Jacobson goes up inside the 10. Randall goes to 7th. New deal for next year, full-time on the grid. He's a wild card this week, and he might have just got himself into the second qualifying session. Jack Smith is hanging on there at the moment. There's some big names about to potentially get bumped out of this field. Davison, Reynolds, Heimgartner, they're all in danger. Kurt Kosticki, a wild card goes through. The local boy's got some work to do now. Bryce Forward is last and on a lap though, so he might be able to save it in front of his hometown.
Well, Reynolds is in the lane, so's Davison.
They're gone.
LeBrock, Will Brownlow would have expected Will to be up close to his teammate, so there's some pretty big names that are over and out. Jack Smith is currently 20th. This might get him in and put James Courtney out, and it does.
He did get there with 12 seconds to spare, but this Dunlop Super Soft tyre will cry no more, and that'll be where Bryce will start.
It's a very good way of explaining what that super soft tyre feels like after a second lap. It sounds very used after a second lap around here in the top end heat. So here's Macaulay Jones. Now, Macca's done a pretty good job. He's actually 12th, so he's not far away. But this number, he's done his fastest sector 2, but he's probably about 3/10 away from getting into the 10. He does a nice job, actually. He's on a 6.2, but not quite there.
Well, it looks like we can finally call it, and Zane Goddard and the yellow cover Matt Stone racing car has done enough to just hang on. They topped that opening session with Jake Kosticki, but after 2 sessions, it's Zane who is just going to hang on to that last spot in the shootout.
His sectors look pretty good. This is a pretty smart lap. It won't be too far away from what he did to get in. So anytime that you can replicate that lap, Chad, that's the important part of that performance for Zane Goddard. And a 6.21.
Not a bad effort from Zane.
Save, mate. Fuel save.
Cars are prepared beautifully. Slade's done a slightly better job in sector 2 also. So this will go to the top.
Nice lap.
6.07. Nice job. Again, that's faster.
Nice job.
That was right on the cusp of too much wheel spin, but he was able to contain it, used all of the exit apron, and when he did that, that has gone to the top with a 5.63. That's going to take some beating. That is a great lap. In fact, the mid-sector is a 1/10 and a half away from Percat, so they're right on at the moment. The cumulative time's almost the same.
Touch of wheel spin and the rev spike coming out of turn 14. Can he eclipse the time set by Nick Percat just moments ago? 5.7, he's just 79 thousandths of a second away. And that tiny mistake at turn 6.
B2 there, B2, just Percat. Awesome first sector. Great
He'll
job.
be kicking himself. And there was a lot of vibration in the braking area there. Green tyres for Anton Di Pasquale. And Anton will give you a number right now as to what the first sector, and it was almost exactly 1/100th away from Win Cup. 22.48 placed 22.49.
Oh, and same error up at turn 6, needed 2 cracks to get that car stopped and turned in. You may notice a very different look on this car. It's been designed by 17-year-old Braden Sidoni, who's part of the Racing Together program. An Indigenous driver who is coming up through the ranks and designed this livery himself, which is based on the artwork of Alison Milcock, which is pretty cool. Loving to see these different themes running here this weekend. And can he complete this lap? He's on a hat-trick of poles in this championship, trying to match a record set by the man standing alongside me. back in the 90s. Can Anton B. Pasquale get to the checkered flag and eclipse the time of Nick Percat? Oh, wow, huge last sector. 105.2, Anton Di Pasquale. Mega lap, new lap record here, going comfortably under the time from Scott McLaughlin.
I made a mistake in the hairpin. I got a bit greedy. I was really good.
He did. He actually lost about half a tenth in the hairpin, but it was a beautiful lap. A 5.29, fastest lap ever in qualifying. Have a look at it. So he's trying to stop it. It actually escaped at the rear, unlike the Wing Cup mistake. He locked the rears and then couldn't quite get it turned. On board now. Have a look at the oversteer. Have a look at the correction. Nice bit of car control. Gathers it up.
Well, he and Chaz Mostert were at it again. Such a cool rivalry in this sport. All the way to the exit at turn 14. From Mildura, driving for Tickford, and has been really their unofficial team leader this season. Can Cam Waters go to the top? It's a 105.8.
P4 there, mate. P4.
Frosty's on to go to pole position. The first one since 2011, 10 years ago.
This could be a monster lap from Mark Winterbottom. Grabbing gears on the way to the stripe. Checkered flag will fly for the 40-year-old. And here it comes, the number. Is it going to be P1? No, the last sector has just let him down slightly.
Hold on, mate. We're in P2 at the moment, P2.
Manuel Sanchez delivers the news.
Yeah, sorry, stop turn. Let me jump on the exit across the dirt. Like...
And turn 11 is where it went wrong, according to Mark Winterbottom. Here it is. Oh,
we were on
so
board
close.
and we didn't actually see the outside shot. Relative pace between Mostert and Waters. I love it when they start together because they're magnets for each other.
Just about to say the very same. And Mostert crosses over. He's just behind his good friend and rival.
P6 at the moment. So,
only by 1.5 tenths. With a 5.29, I think he's a very, very big chance.
Good lap. A 105.59 for Scott Pye, just behind his teammate.
Second row.
Van Gisbergen versus Di Pasquale. Who's going to take the pole for race 12? It's going to be Anton Di Pasquale. 3 in a row. What an effort, and a record that has stood for 30 years has finally been levelled. His first 3 pole awards coming in consecutive sessions, 2 at the Bend and 1 here, hasn't been done since Mark Scaife, 1991.
Remarkable job, young Anton. He's been showing pace. We've been talking about it through the course of the Tailem Bend weekend, Chad. And that was a superb lap, a 5.29, the fastest lap ever at Hidden Valley. Thoroughly deserved.
How good was that? The only Shell V-Power car to make it through to the shootout. And how about Mark Winterbottom? Recently turned 40 years of age, and he's going to be on the front row today. The 6 races we had here last year, 4 times the guy starting outside row 1 led us down towards turn 1. It's not a bad spot to start. Maybe Mark Winterbottom's day today. Shane Van Gisbergen inside the top 3. And how cool to see some different names popping up in today's shootout. Well done, Zane Goddard. Well done to the crew down there at Matt Stone Racing, getting Zane in the show today. His teammate Jake Kostecki topped the opening Umroll qualifying session today and was nearly there. Same Macca Jones, Macaulay Jones, really good effort. Brody Kostecki out-qualifying his teammate to go all the way up inside the top 15. And these drivers will be disappointed to have not made their way out of qualifying session 1.